play pick-and-roll basketball.
Outside Wilkins. It's deflected. Here is Rose. Teardrop shot. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Derrick Rose, explosive getting into the paint. But when he gets there, he has a soft touch as well.
Sabonis against Love. Now here's Rose. Defense is right there. McGrady passes to O'Neal. And the rejection by Towns. On the wing, Johnson. McGrady covering. Sabonis kicks to Hardaway. Here's Towns. And he uses the glass on the layup. Towns has got his second basket of the night.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Love with a wide open look. That doesn't go in. And a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
And just blew it off the dribble. Great length to finish it. Hardaway attacking now with purpose. And this Memphis team stakes its identity on defense. Last season, top 3 in block percentage. They make their stand at the defensive end. Yeah, the defender all over.
The 76ers shoot their first free throws of this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops to Rose.
Rose has really accepted the responsibility of being the leader of this team. They look to him to deliver night after night.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Andre Drummond's checked in for Sabonis. Stoudemire comes in for Towns. And Monroe subbed in for Hardaway.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And he lobs it up toward the rim. It's stolen by Stoudemire. Here's Johnson. And a slam dunk by Johnson.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Virgil dishes to Rose. High, arcing shot. Not going to go that time.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic. Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Richardson the pass to Rose. Back to Richardson. Rose against Monroe. Fires top of the key. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Rose has got 8 points. They time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarter.
Here's Johnson. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. That one on Richardson.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Ricky Rubio checked in for Philadelphia. And that one falls for Johnson. So it's Rubio bringing it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Trailing by 5. Richardson outside. Pocket 6. Let's go. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
And here is Wilkins. From deep 3-point range, and that one released in time, but no good. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Grizzlies lead by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. tie so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Guys, what's your take on the Grizzlies so far?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the 76ers, they've got Richardson. Rodman is out there with Shane Battier. Then it's Ricky Rubio. And it's Varejao in at the center, filling out the middle. It's Rubio, top of the key. Shot clock at 6. Philadelphia needs to get a shot on. And here's Richardson outside. The entire offseason leading up to tonight, Steve, as a player, you already know if your team has a chance to be special this early.
You know, Kevin, yeah, you do. And I think the teams that I've been on and teams that you see and say, we don't have a chance to win, you try to trick yourself. You're looking at management ownership. Can we make a deal throughout this year to get us in contention? But you got to be realistic. You know the team that you don't have a chance to win the championship.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. Defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Evan J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Hardaway comes in for Johnson. And Philadelphia also making a switch. O'Neal's checked in. Battier outside. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Pass to Rodman. Kicks to Battier. Shaq down low. Defended by Drummond. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. He's off on that one. Now Memphis takes it the other way. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. And that'll be the first of a two-game road trip for him. Wilkins against Richardson. Wilkins, that's good. Now it's a 7-point Grizzly lead. Rubio, the pass to O'Neal. Out to Battier. Three-pointer. Another shot, and it's Shaq laying it in.
And it takes a lot to knock O'Neal off balance. A massive player who just spins off with ease.
Monroe looking around. It's caught by Shaq. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Pass to Richardson. Battier dishes to Rodman. Now here's Richardson. Over Hardaway. Here's O'Neal. That shot missing. Good D by Drummond. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. And it's his first foul of the game. Towers, he's checked in for Memphis. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter, it's about 3 minutes gone by. McGrady passes to Rose. Here's McGrady. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And how about O'Neal zipping passes over to his guys, using that height to find open teammates.
Outside Wilkins. Here's Richardson. Not loose. Second chance shot. Wilkins. The offensive rebound. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. And now the 76ers on the break. And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from O'Neal.
A beautiful pass by Derrick Rose, one of his strengths when you start talking about him as a distributor.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
Grizzlies with some changes. Sabonis comes in for B.J. Tucker and Johnson in for Wilkins. On defense, Philadelphia. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Monroe Rose with the pick. .55 seconds left here in the second. Here's Van Arsdale, and the 76ers tack on 2 more. 50 seconds left in the second quarter. Johnson outside. They need this one. Rebound by the 76ers. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. That's tipped.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Left side, Towns. 6 to shoot. Tries again. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries. Monroe against Rose. Deep. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Grizzlies out in front. They lead by 1. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson, for the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. They were outstretched. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Kind of like what Rose has done this one so far.
It's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Hardaway is out there with Johnson. Then there's Towns. Then there's Dominique Wilkins. And it's Sabonis in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Rose. Good D by Hardaway.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Look on that offensive play.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Johnson inside. And shot opportunity. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
And for a player with his size, he has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Stoudemire's checked in. And then for Philadelphia, Farajao comes in for O'Neal. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Derrick Rose. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. Really every team has its leaders, either official or unofficial. What's expected, in your opinion, out of a team captain?
Well, I think leadership. Also have the same, voice of the coaching staff and organization, and also the voice of winning. I think if you have a leader that can do that, sometimes that leader is vocal, sometimes that leader leads by example, but you usually know who that is.
Stoudemire. Rubio misses. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Here's Wilkins. And Arsdale pulls it in.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
To the inside. Love against Stoudemire. And there's the pass to Ben Arsdale. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Andre Drummond with the wingspan of 7'6". It's going to be hard to get it over him.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
And Rose checked in for Wilkins. Shaq is checked in for the 76ers. Rose comes in for Ricky Rubio. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. McGrady against Hardaway. Shaq passes to Van Arsdale. Over Johnson. Van Arsdale, good. Van Arsdale's got his second bucket of the night. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Hardaway with a wonderful look. Drills it from outside.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Pass to Love. Second half here, we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one is on Stoudemire.
The defender out of position, Love smartly taking advantage.
The 76ers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Kevin Love.
Kevin Love was a star at a young age, but he was traded. But he's made the most of it. He's an NBA champion right now.
Knocks it loose. Here's Shaq. And Shaq with the slam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Back to Hardaway. Bucket 6. And sent back by O'Neal.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. For Drummond. And it's Towns in for Stoudemire. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the third.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
And it's Johnson penetrating.
Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Now Rose, 8 points for him. From deep three-point range, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we've reached the end of the third. Grizzlies lead by 4. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic fantastic job.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth, we've got Derrick Rose. Shaquille O'Neal is out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Tracy McGrady, and it's Van Arsdale in at the small forward position. 6 on the shot clock. Monroe, no good.
And really, for some reason, just not a big part of their offense today. Hard to get into a rhythm when you're getting so few opportunities at the rim.
Here's Van Arsdale, covered by Monroe. Van Arsdale, the pass to O'Neal. To the middle, Love. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one is on time.
Carving out space in the paint. Love puts the defense in a tough spot.
First one falls for Dominique Wilkins. He's checked in for Memphis. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Memphis leading by 3. Pass to Towns. From 10 feet out. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Monroe against Rose. Sweet little float.
Derrick Rose inside is a treat to watch because watch how high he gets off the floor.
And so it's Monroe with it, bringing it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Inside. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Monroe. And that's 11 points for Johnson.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Rose against Monroe. A floater. That one's good. And the Grizzly lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Rose.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Here's Wilkins. Rebound by the 76ers. O'Neal's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
And they get the rebound, but guys, that's been the issue throughout the game.
And the 76ers call time here. Catch up with our sideline reporter, David Alden.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Brett Brown's huddle with his team. He told them this game wasn't over yet. He said, don't give up. If we make a few big plays, we're right back in this game. Stay the course. Back to you, Kevin.
Here's Rose with the putback. And Love with the second chance points.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound is going to come down. Well timed. And Rose. That one misses. And Philadelphia the other way now. Van Arsdale, the pass to Rose. Here's Love. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Memphis leading. Monroe with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. The 19-foot shot, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Monroe's got his first points of the night. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Knocked away. Stolen by Monroe. 144 left here in the fourth quarter. Down low. It's stolen by McGrady. Here's O'Neal. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. Grizzlies making a switch here. Hardaway is checked in. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Johnson in the corner. Outside Wilkins. Passes it to Sabonis. To the paint. Here's Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Outside Rose, and he finishes nicely on the way. Rose has got 6 here in this quarter.
The leadership role with Derrick Rose, taking the responsibility of a big possession right there. Put everything on his shoulders.
There's Towns. It's full.
And that's what the pump fakes good for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
The 76ers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Here's Rose. It's rebounded by Memphis. And here we go. Fast break. Towns has got it. And they go to the intentional foul. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Here's Wilkins. And the shot is long.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
Rose with the ball. Now guarded by Towns. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And you look at Wilkins, everybody talks about the spectacular athleticism, but in some ways, I think he's just underrated as a basketball player. He just does so many things well for his team.
And the 76ers call time here. They're down by 5. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Is what's your take?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
They also need to get the best shot you can as quickly as you can, and then immediately foul.
20 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Hardaway against Rose. A 3-ball. It's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. A shot on the Brady, no good. And now we've got the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. The second one is good. They both at the line. It's a 7-point game. So it's Memphis picking up the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Well, I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. A preview of our broadcast location today, downtown Atlanta. We're all set to bring you today's action. DA, it's all you.
Well, guys, DeMar DeRozan is a pro.
Great vision, David. Thank you. And now the Lakers starting group. Rajon Rondo is out there with DeRozan. Then there's Chamberlain. Then there's Marion. And it's McAdoo in at the 4 slot. And for Atlanta, Caron Butler is out there with Garnett. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then it's Oakley. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. At the floater, Garnett with the block. 3-pointer, Butler. That shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
DeMar DeRozan on the wing. He's covered by Beal. That one goes. Count it. And the official start of the season, Chris. Is there any opening day for you that sticks out in the many years you played the NBA?
One opening game, and I don't remember who we played, but I know it was with Allen Iverson. And AI and I had meetings before the season, and we were talking about just how much we wanted to win. We knew we were coming up on the end of our careers, or I remember never entering preseason with so much hope, because I knew that he was in, I knew that I was in, and we knew that we both wanted it so bad. So I think we both scored 30 or did something crazy like that. I don't remember, but coming out with him that preseason was so special, because I knew we were going to set the tone for how our team was going to play, and we were engaged that year.
Curry finds Garnett. Now here's Curry. DeRozan defending. With some arc, and the layup by Curry.
Handles for days, handles for days, handles for days. Steph Curry can change pace and speed on you in a flash.
Offensive rebound. The pass to McAdoo. Just 5 to shoot. Here's DeRozan. It's rebounded by Kevin Garnett. Hawks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Rondo against Curry. Pass to Garnett. Over McAdoo. And Garnett misses.
I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh man, that's usually a bunny with the deep playing soft like that.
And finished up by Beal.
Well, that's just the fast hands of Beal. You can't be careless around him. He'll strip you in a heartbeat.
And it's the Lakers ball. Trailing by 2. Rosen dishes to Chamberlain. Rondo against Oakley. Hooks one up. Snatched up. Here's McAdoo, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And it has to be said, McAdoo, one of the best shooting bigs ever. Shooting better than 50% from the field for entire seasons is routine for him.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shoot 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Lakers with some changes. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Marion. And Tony Parker subbed in for Rajon Rondo. That one misses. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Porzingis trying to get free. Houston's shot's good.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Parker looking over the floor. Atlanta with the rebound.
He's not an easy man to stop. He's attacking the basket, the D, doing everything he can.
And the impact that Porzingis can have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
Well, the reach and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim.
Atlanta with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. KG, that's good.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the first quarter. Iguodala with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the Lakers with another miss. Outside, Beal. Pass to Curry. Floats one, and that's 2 points on the layup. Curry's got 9.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's DeRozan, and DeRozan throws it down.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Shot and game clock separated by 5. There's Beal with a 3. No good that time. Lakers trail by 8. And here is Parker. From deep. The putback. Can't get the putback. And so it's Atlanta holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive.
People shame to talk about it. Even myself, for a long period of time, people wonder why.
Yep, we love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes as public figures can have a broader impact than just entertaining. I mean, we see it over and over again.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Lakers right now, they've got Iguodala, Parker out there at DeRozan. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Chandler in at the 5 spot. And the first one drops. Chris, at that free throw line, there's a lot of chirping, isn't there, among the players around the lane. It just seems like their mouths are always moving. A lot of chirping.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, for the ones that aren't sucking there and aren't tired, they're talking to each other. It's the only real break in action. And most times, too, you get to see what has happened a few of the plays before, so you get to bust the guy up with some jokes or just flat out talking trash. And sometimes guys are saying, I hate to tell you this, but sometimes guys are going, man, listen, I'm so tired. He's going to make this free throw. Don't push me too hard. I got to give this one also.
They say that.
Oh, yeah. Especially to the guys. I remember saying that to Ben Wallace one time. He was my rookie, and I was like, listen, man, you know Legs is going to make this free throw, man. Come on, don't push me out there.
What was the response?
He pushed me into the
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. Charles Oakley, he's checked in for Atlanta. Butler comes in for Heel. Sean Marion is checked in for Los Angeles. Rondo comes in for DeMar DeRozan.
And Garnett, a vocal leader, always trying to psych his guys up and get into the head of the opponent.
Rondo passes to Parker. Atlanta with the rebound. Garnett's got 7 rebounds in the game. Passes to Houston. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Back to Garnett. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Bad shot selection, as well as a bad look. I mean, that's not going to help him score points.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Russell Westbrook. Last season, he played outstanding. First in assists, 9th in steals, and he did his share on the glass, battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And dropping a lot of dimes. He led the league in assists because he's the ultimate competitor, an absolute magician with the basketball. Parker outside. And so it's Parker with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a 13-point game. And the Lakers with another miss.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing from him.
Yeah, he's just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but hasn't been successful.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Rondo passes to Marion. Back to Rondo. Now Parker. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Marion. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Westbrook passes to Garnett. Moves back up. Goes up again. And Chandler sends it back.
And how about the basketball IQ of Chandler? Just knows exactly when to sky and commit to blocking shots.
Tells you a little something about their team. They've been able to pull in front despite his struggles tonight.
Here's Parker. Los Angeles with another miss.
If he'd been even halfway decent today, the score would be a lot different, but you can't get anything to fall.
Houston, the pass to Westbrook. Over Parker, and that one's good. Westbrook's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
There's the steal. Calling a fast break for Atlanta. Houston's shot's good. Houston's got 6 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Timeout called the Lakers.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks. They're showing that they like to reverse.
Atlanta making some changes. Zingas, he's checked in for Garnett. Bradley Beal comes in for Caron Butler. And it's Stephen Curry in for Russell Westbrook. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Chamberlain's checked in for Chandler. McAdoo comes in for Robert Covington. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Sean Marion. And it's DeRozan in for Tony Parker. Curry against Rondo. Rondo with the steal. One-on-one here. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. They get Stephen Curry. Los Angeles shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. The first one falls. So he picks up just one from the line that time.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Outside Oakley for the three. Rebounded by McAdoo. McAdoo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, how about the powerful move there on that slam from McAdoo? Not many are better than him at getting the job done on the interior. He'll always find a way to finish at the rim when he gets a chance.
There's Porzingis. Chamberlain with the block.
And the quickness off the floor, the insane reach. Well, one of the greatest shot blockers you'll ever see.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Hawks lead by 14. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the after 2 quarters. It's Atlanta out in front. They lead by 14. Kenny, what did you see from them?
They have run their offense straight out of a coach's textbook tonight. Both ball and player movement have been excellent. And the result of all that movement, almost all high quality.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Curry with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
We've got Garnett. Bradley Beal is out there with Steph Curry. And it's Caron Butler. And it's Oakley in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for Lloyd Pierce. Good shot selection, largely dependent on getting open. Which players do the best job of moving, do you think, right now without the ball?
Period. Klay Thompson, 60 points, 11 dribbles. Did you hear me?
I got
60
it.
points,
Shocking.
11 dribbles.
It almost looks like a mystery, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. Well, he's never rattled with the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throw.
And the basket by DeRozan.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Garnett outside, fires the three. Wilt Chamberlain with the rebound. Chamberlain got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Oakley against Marion. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Garnett. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Monday, they'll start out on the road to play the Pelicans in New Orleans. Beal against DeRozan. Marion outside. And again, it's the Lakers. Turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Curry with the bounce pass. Looking to end his cold spell, and Garnett misses. Lakers trail by 12. And McAdoo kicks the run. On the wing mirror, defended by Butler. 6 to shoot. Goes up with a strike, and the Lakers tack on 2 more.
How's that for a start? Good on all 3 attempts so far in the second half.
Curry against Rondo. Outside, Beal. Back to Curry. He kicks it to Beal. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Beal's got 5 now.
Even if they come from distance, Bill's outside shot is a winner.
DeRozan scanning the floor. Here's Marion. Down low. Outside for Rondo. Poked loose. From deep. But they'll get another chance. Here's Chamberlain. McAdoo inside. Oakley's there. They double team Chamberlain. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's Atlanta now. The Hawks leading by 13. Here's Beal. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. They get Sean Merrill.
Yeah, Kevin, and it didn't happen overnight, but it's clear that Bradley Beal is a franchise player. I mean, he's worked on his game year to year, and now he's a superstar in this league.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Beal. And Chris, with Beal, it's in large part due to how he has expanded his game, which means he now impacts the game more.
Yeah, well, Bill moves so much on both offense and defense. He's a very active player. He's never passive on the floor, and he looks for ways to inject himself into games.
And both free throws good for Beal.
Yeah, and after 1 year of collegiate basketball, Bill knew he was ready for the NBA, and I'd say he was right.
Here's DeRozan from down in the low post. It goes. DeRozan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
Here's Garnett. A three-pointer, no good. Lakers trail by 13. On the wing, DeRozan. And it's good from about 19 feet. DeRozan's got 12 in the game.
Terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Here's Curry with the 3. They grab their own miss. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
Kept alive. Here's Chandler. Nice key from Porzingis.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Takes the 13-footer. That doesn't go either for DeRozan. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Hawks. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
His individual effort has been outstanding tonight, and it's helped him grab the lead.
Garnett against DeRozan, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. The Lakers making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. And And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Right side Porzingis over Chandler. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Now here's Parker. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Clock at 6. Here's the 3. That shot up. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Bucks ahead, up by 15. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA is headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Lakers trail by 15, taking a look at Los Angeles. Chandler out there with McAdoo. And there's Iguodala. Then it's Tony Parker. And it's DeRozan in at the shooting guard. Back to Parker. And the pass to McAdoo. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Count it. Parker's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Lakers. Chris, the NBA has flattened now the draft lottery odds. And now that you've seen it at work, seen it in play, any additional changes you might make?
Well, you know, Kev, I still a wait and see for me. I definitely like the NBA making sure they try to address the problem. You never want a team to think that they can be rewarded for losing. So I like what we've done so far, but, you know, if I'm a GM, if I'm a president, I'm always going to try to find ways to manipulate and find that, you know, those open gray areas. And so I think this is something we're always going to have to address, but I love the fact the NBA has gotten ahead of the problem.
Like the Clippers of a year ago, they looked like, gosh, they've lost all their superstars, but they gave it such a great go. They actually made the playoffs.
Yeah, and it started from the top. I mean, Mr. Barmer said, listen, we do not want to lose. We're going to go in and we're going to play hard. And I tell you what, I think that that's what rewarded them during free agency by able to go out and recruit players and say, listen, we don't lose here. We just need you to take us over the top. And I think that's a pretty good recruiting pick.
Good shot.
The first free throw is good.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
So for the Hawks, Oakley comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Caron Butler is subbed in for Beal. And then for Los Angeles, Chamberlain's checked in for Chandler. Marion comes in for Andre Iguodala. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Parker. And it's Rondo penetrating. Here's Chamberlain. It's hauled in by Oakley. The Hawks leading by 15. Butler from outside. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Yeah, D-like, that isn't going to get you back in the game. You have to stay connected to these shooters.
Here's DeRozan. Atlanta with the rebound.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
And Butler, just a natural leader. He's someone whose teammates look up to, a polished scorer who also plays tough defense.
And he makes the first. Stephen Curry's checked in for the Hawks. And both free throws good for Caron Butler. See, Webb, the NBA always trying to improve every aspect of the game. And that includes officiating.
Yeah, and it should include officiating, one of the most important parts of the game. And when a the toughest jobs within the business of basketball. I mean, these guys are making calls on the fly without the advantage of the camera at home that we have watching through the screen, or without the advantage of slow motion technology. So first of all, kudos to the refs that go out and give their best every day. We have the best refs in any of sports, I believe, and we still need to improve on that. The league recognizes that, and I love the fact that everybody's doing it together.
Curry can't get it to go. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Lakers to stop the run. Here's Chamberlain, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Chamberlain got his first points of the game.
And I'll tell you, the combination of agility, wingspan, and stamina, very difficult to keep Wilt from scoring off those misses.
Pass to Houston. Back to Curry, 20 feet out. And that one hits back iron. Lakers trail by 18.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it's Rondo in the corner. 1:39 left to play in the final quarter. Out to DeRozan. From past the arc. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go work.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for them.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
And listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
Well, at least they're going to salvage a game from the season series after losing the first two.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Kevin Garnett.
Well, the best work he did came on the boards. Nobody could match his intensity. His rebounding played a big role in this game.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Pass to Lloyd. There's the triple. Connects from three-point range.
Well, he's not going to get an easier look than that. You don't need to double team him, but you can't leave him all alone.
Pass to Delgado. There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, easy call.
At the line of the house, Angel Delgado. 2 shots. The first free throw is good. And he can't hit the second. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Rondo. Yep, that one goes.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they want.
There's Beal with the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Hawks lead by 16.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
And this is what guys play for. And when it pans out like this, it's a great fit.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. DeRozan. Outside for Rondo. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. Atlanta with the ball. They led the game at one point by 20. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one.
Always telling me don't go alone. Yeah, the money can't fix that. Had to wrench that. I try my hardest not to look back. Not too long ago, I would've took that. Give me that. If my that the fall cause I work rap. Yeah, ain't no coming back. How I made it out the jungle, yeah, without a scratch. Where I'm at, where I go. How did I get here? Walk around with. I'm from the south, had to go grill. Remember doing shows in Mobile. Go and get me in the. You never see the sunrise. I turned 5, I got baptized. We were living up in college ball. Midnight, heard it. Playing football in Fort Park. Christian Park, where your mama get the fine. Story of my life. Way before I ever wrote a rhyme. Have you ever looking at my kids through the blinds? Confinement mind. How you feeling when you facing dying? The truth be told, I'm supposed to be locked up in the mind of an old white man, black man's soul.
Baptized at First Baptist Church, the pastor name was Reverend Johnson. Chastised his shirt and matched shoes, but had the front and never bothered him. Hurt his pride, but he swallowed it. Dirt is all that he spotted it, and the dirty South had observers, but you never heard a peep out of them. There ain't enough numerals to keep counting them. Whoa. Look, I'm just setting the scene. Back when I stared at the phone as I'm letting it ring. Another collector, they leave us a message. My mama in deficit must intervene. I bust out the scenes. I'm getting too big for these riches now. I invest in a dream. I'm destined for great. And I think about them.
Where I'm at, where I go. How did I get here? Walk around with. I'm from the south, had to go grill. Remember doing shows in Mobile. Go and get me in the. We can never see the sunrise. I turned 5, I got baptized. We were living up in college ball. Midnight, heard it. Playing football in Fort Park. Christian Park, where your mama get the.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Tonight we have the Indiana Pacers going up against the Boston Celtics. Looking at Boston, the anticipation has been building toward this. Opening night. They get to kick off the season at home. It's a chance to see where they are now and what they need to improve upon to get to where they want to be. And here we are. Game 1 of the new season. Kenny, every team coming in with a clean slate.
Yeah, because whatever you had troubles in last year, that doesn't matter. This is a new year. Be optimistic until proven otherwise.
I'm just looking forward to spending them.
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome. Just a quick look now at how the payday. A little intimidation factor, DA. Thanks. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Now Gasol's out there with Chris Bosh. Then there's Gervin. And it's Wall. And it's Irving in its small forward. And for the Celtics, Doncic out there with Price. Then it's Walton. And it's Durant. And it's Donaldson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Price. And this is what we've been waiting for all summer long, all off-season long. After many months, scores, basketball is finally back.
And what's incredible, Kevin, is the NBA's popularity just continues to grow. There's worldwide enthusiasm. The NBA players represent the league so well, and my goodness gracious, can they play some basketball?
Interesting how now the league, Doris, is commanding the calendar all year round. It used to be such a seasonal game. Now it's 365 days a year.
So many storylines throughout the course of the summer. Who's playing where and with whom?
And the Celtics looking to bounce back and make another.
And I think, Greg, they certainly have the talent to do it. This is a team that remains on the upswing. They have draft picks and assets. I think they are well positioned for the future. This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Stolen by Durant. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Off target from outside. On offense, here are the Pacers. Last time they met was in Indiana.
Well, they were on the wrong side of a very close matchup last time they met. But what a great game.
Now Durant. Following the three-point attempt by John Wall. The shot from 20 feet away. KD's shot is good.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
The pass to Gasol. And it's blocked. And change shot. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play. And he's got his first chance at the line here. Gasol, no good on the free throw.
And Gasol is a guy who can do a multitude of things well. I mean, he scores it, rebounds it, passes it, just an all-around talent. Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Doncic against Gervin. Gasol up top. Back to Gervin. 5 to shoot. Trying to free himself up, and it's Gervin missing. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Gervin against Doncic. Free throw line jump shot. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league, and also one of the more respected.
And Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
And this Pacers franchise, 6 ABA championships, but none so far in the NBA.
Well, Greg, they haven't been there very much, right? Their only finals trip came back in 2000. It took a Lakers squad led by Shaq and Kobe to 6 games. But ever since, they've been chomping at the bit to try to get back.
Marjanovic checked in for Boston. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Luka Doncic. Gervin against Wiggins. And Walton sends it back.
And how about the anticipation and timing? You know, we talk about Walt's offense. How about the defense, though, he provides for this team?
Pacers trail by 4. Here's Irving. Good work defensively by KD.
A contested mid-range shot can't be what they were looking for there.
Well, especially with that defensive player in the area. You know he's going to find a way to get into the shooter and make him uncomfortable.
Here's Walt. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Here's Bosch. A rebound by Marjanovic. Here's Boston now. They're on a 12-4 run. Irving with the steal. Outside Gasol. For 3. Hooked away. Celtics leading by 6. Wiggins outside. Walton inside. Covered by Wall. That's good from Walton on the assist by Wiggins.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
To the inside. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Irving. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kevin Durant.
Hey, guys, it's crazy. He really was a late bloomer. Irving didn't have the big-time amateur career you hear about with some stars. But, boy, he's more than made up for it.
Rose, he's checked in for Boston. De'Aaron Fox comes in for Price. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Williamson is checked in for Gasol. Kukoc comes in for Chris Bosh. Brown is checked in for Gervin. And it's Morant in for John Wall. And that one's good. Marjanovic.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Pacers trail by 9. Now here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Boston.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Boston on top, leading by 7. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
They've got Walton. Fox is out there with Wiggins. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Rose in at the 3, the small forward. Fox is in the game for the Celtics. And Walton sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Petrovic with the pass to Morant. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots over Fox. A rebound by Walton. Walton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And it's Wiggins missing. Pacers trail by 7.
Boy, for all the talent Andrew Wiggins brings to the table, you wonder what his assessment of the 2018-19 season is. Obviously, he took a step back in terms of his production, and I think that had a lot to do with his lack of consistency with his shot. He's got a ton of talent. Let's see where it takes him.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. That one goes in.
With the handle and the acceleration, Morant moves around the court with the ball on a string.
And with Wiggins, Doris, and his struggles last year, he seemed to be relying more on his outside shot.
You wonder if Wiggins feels the pressure of an NBA that now so heavily emphasizes that three-point shooting. But his strength, to me, is putting the ball on the deck, attacking the rim, and relentlessly going at defenders. He's got to get back to that.
And so here is Indiana after the basket by Boston. Pass to Morant. Oh, the block shot brings it out of the air. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. No good from outside. Pacers trail by 5. And he's going up for the alley-oop. It's stolen by Marjanovic. It's 2-on-1. And Wiggins with the basket on the assist by Walton. Wiggins has got his first bucket in this one.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Here's Williamson. The rebound by the Celtics. Marjanovic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Rose. And he banks in the lane. And now a 9-point Boston lead.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. Forrest, you graduated as your college's all-time assister. Talk about some of the key traits of a great playmaker.
I think historically speaking, when we think about great lead guards, Kevin, we talk about unselfishness, vision, patience. Who are the players that make their teammates better? Probably the one underrated aspect of a point guard to me, Kevin, is communication. Are you constantly looking for opportunities to communicate to your teammates, make them feel good about themselves, give them confidence? That, to me, is probably the most underrated aspect of it.
And Doris, when you played, you took such great pride in each and every one of those things.
I did. I love trying to make my teammates better. It feels great to make somebody feel good.
Here's Bosch after the basket by Boston. And here's Wall. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. They get a hand on it.
Slight rebound advantage for them. One more foul in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And KD, here we go. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. KD's got 8.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Wall passes to Kirk. 1:27 left in the first half. Basket counts. Gervin's got his second basket of the game.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Celtics.
Fox with it. He's picked up by Wall. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Celtics lead by 13.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. It has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
Gervin against Price. It's tipped. Hit his foot. And it's whistled a kick. Irving's checked in for Bryant. 50 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Gervin outside. Lets a floater go, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Boston called for the foul.
And the Celtics last season mourning the passing of the great John Havlicek.
No, Greg, he spent his entire career with the Celtics. He won 8 titles along the way. He was known as one of the great competitors and a class individual. His legacy undoubtedly will live on.
And he makes both free throws.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Fox looking it over. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Here's Irving, and that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Fox against Wall. Unloads. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Greg. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shackett. Out in front of the half is Boston. They have a 13-point lead. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
I don't think anyone...
And that'll do it for...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We've seen Kevin Durant really have a great game.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for Indiana, we've got Gervin. Chris Bosh is out there with Irving, and it's Wall, and it's Gasol at center. Durant against Gasol. No good from Durant.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Looking now at the numbers for Wall, he's coming off an excellent season. He put up about 20 points a game, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds. Even if you key in on him all game, he still finds a way to get his numbers.
Right, the skill, the awareness, the physical ability, it's all there, and that's what makes this guy so hard to check.
Donaldson the pass to Durant. And the 3-ball is good. KD's got 11 points.
Don't you love how decisive Kevin Durant is on the offensive end? He doesn't think twice before he lifts from long range.
Here's Irving over KD. Irving can't get it to go.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Got that one up quick. He has 5.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a throw from long range.
Pacers trail by 17. Outside, Wall. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Count that one. Wall's got his first basket.
That is big time handles. The ball's on a string. Good luck checking John Wall.
And back in his day as coach of the Blazers, players called Nate McMillan Sarge for his style. Very tough and demanding.
The beauty, though, Greg, to me is Nate McMillan has adapted. He has given more leeway for his players and his assistant coaches. He's willing to take players aside and bring a more personal approach. And I think in today's NBA, that's critical. Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Here's Price. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by Gervin. Pacers trail by 13. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
Silky smooth. I tell you, Gervin can make it look as easy as a free throw, but defensively, boy, is he difficult to stop.
Here's Doncic, and it's sent back by Bosh. Wall looking it over. Another shot. It's Gasol missing.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Price against Irving. Kept alive by Boston. Yep, it counts. Donaldson's got his second bucket tonight.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunity.
Well, how about the effort on the glass? Even with this lead, I love that they're still going after it.
Durant against Irving. Over Durant. And it's sent back by BD.
What a long arm to Kevin Durant, twice on the pipes.
And Irving comes to help. Here's Donaldson. Pass to Price. Shot clock at 6. Over Wall. Here's Donaldson. Kicks it to Walton. Price outside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Durant. Coming off a terrific season. Last season put up about 26 points a game, 6 assists and 6 rebounds. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it to me is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
And Beatty throws it down.
Well, the size and height of Kevin Durant makes him a prime threat to throw it down. You've got to keep him out of the paint.
Irvin outside. 26 seconds left in the third quarter. The teardrop falls in. Gervin's got 12 in the game.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
Durant for 3. Here's Donaldson. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
Here's Wall. That's good from 17 feet away. Wall's got 4 this quarter.
This is John Wall's comfort zone right here. Excellent rate of success from the mid-range.
And so it's Boston looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll return shortly. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. We've got Fox. Durant is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Rose in at the three spot. She's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Wiggins. Morant with the steal. Now the feed to Williamson. Good work defensively by KD.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Passes it to Bosh. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Some solid defense there from KD. Here's Rose, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. Really, defensive coaches in our meetings, Doris, talked about the player staying on a string, helping the help defenders in this league are important.
No doubt, and there are certain guys who are gifted defensively. Paul George, to me, was a Defensive Player of the Year category. Rudy Gobert, multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy is considered a great shot blocker, and no question that's the case. But it's because his defensive rotation is so good. Things like Marcus Smart, the ones willing to give up their body, fly around the floor, be great anticipators. I mean, that impacts winning.
Aren't they fun to watch?
So fun.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Here's Irving. Rose with the hook.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Indiana making some changes. Al Gasol is checked in for Williamson. Durbin comes in for Tony Kukoc. And John Wall subbed in for Morant. Time call here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And something that's troubled Indiana the last 3 years, rebounding.
I think, Greg, it's probably manifested at both ends of the floor, right? Some of it's about roster construction. Some of it's about style of play. Some of it's about philosophy. But their inability to control the glass has at times had an impact on them.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Fox with the steal. Here's Durant. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 3 assists tonight.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Gervin. Gasol trying to free himself up.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansions?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there, you're correct. And that one's good. Wiggins.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Did you just see what I saw? I mean, that move was out of this world.
Executed, don't you think, to perfection, Greg. I mean, he had the rim in his sights and was with the top.
Yeah, instinctively, too. Fox there looking to be a ball mover, a facilitator. And that's one reason why his team is playing well.
Outside Irving. Well, look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Gervin outside. Shot clock at 5. Irving's to Gervin. And the three off target. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Celtics. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. Back to Marjanovic. And the shot goes in.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Celtics.
And this was one that never really was in doubt. I thought an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it will go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only one left to play.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance from Kevin Durant.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket came as blind as a miracle. And you sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Irving with it. From deep three-point range.
Angela ka na lang. Angela na lang para solid ano. Ayos ba?
So I made my wife. Said I alone, I told that she probably right. One thing that's for sure, not a stranger to this life. Got a safety full of Franklin and a shoulder full of... Don't know it like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. Fade, you perform my foul yourself. Myself, yeah. Right, I like the life I built. From West Side 60, I might got... Standing so tall, I think I might got stills. Legendary baller like Mike, like Will. 96 Impala, on wheels. Up against the wall, at Fox Hills. Like a boss asked me how I feel. Successful street, touching their first meals. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. One slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. One slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. I got everything I said I was gonna get on my kid. In addition to that fact, I went legit. Now, according to the way that I'm positioned in this biz, it look like I'm just gonna keep on getting rich. Know that West Side. The rap, this, fuss, all this rap money. Look, I need too much. Money, loyalty, and love in the dream we trust. Don't be switching up the players on your team too much. I need copy, that's my low, Young Supreme. What's up? Around the world getting cream or what? Ain't you get off on whoever hustle seem to brush? Las Vegas, yeah, you. After all that looking tough, all he seen was 50 Cent and Mayweather with us. True story. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the
So, nabili ko agad. Pa namatay na clips. GG ako nito, tagal ko mag-level.
Nestled among the peaks of the Rocky Mountains, we're in the beautiful city of Denver, Colorado. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. DA, take it away.
Nuggets coach Mike Malone is the son of longtime NBA assistant coach Brenda Malone, who was on the staff with the late Chuck Daly in Detroit when the Pistons won back.
That's some pretty sound advice. Thanks, DA. So the opening lineup for the Heat, we've got Gilbert Arenas. He's out there with Richmond, and it's Eaton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Nuggets, they've got Batum. He's out there with Jason Kidd. Anthony is out there with DeAndre Jordan. And it's Sampson in at the power forward. Now here's Kidd. Now Jordan. Pass to Sampson. 6 to shoot. And it's sent back by Isaac.
And that long wingspan of Isaac aids him there in turning away shots, but it's also the timing he displays when he attacks the shooter.
Just to make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
And one issue for the Heat for years now, inefficient shooting.
Well, young players are learning how to defend, so you need to do that first. But if you can't go down on the offensive end, and you can't find ways to dig out of holes by shooting the basketball, you get down 10 or 12 points. Defense sometimes isn't enough. They've been the bottom third in points scored for quite a while.
Here's Arenas following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Richmond outside. The 19-foot shot and a wide open look for Arenas. Here's Heaton, banked in off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Now here's Kidd. Here's Sampson, back to Kidd. And the pass to Sampson. Some solid defense here from Arenas. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And that one, good.
And how about Isaac there making himself a big target? Tough to match up with him in these open floor situations.
This is it to Jordan. Here's Batum. Deflects the pass. Sampson. He can't get it to go. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Pass to Eaton. He kicks it to Richmond. Arenas against Kidd. And it's Arenas with the jam.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the tip.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, I feel for him right now, guys. He's much better than this 1 for 4 start. He just needs to relax a little bit out there and let that game come around to him.
Now here's Richmond. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. Batum scanning the floor. Arenas against Kidd. Outside Anthony. Arenas goes in. Drops in the layup for 2.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
And the Nuggets franchise still looking for their first trip to the NBA Finals.
How about the franchise making the ABA Finals back in 1976? So it's been quite elusive here in the mountains to get the finals back to Denver. so still looking for that trip.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Allen outside. Pass to Porter. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Heat. Here is Mbamute. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Allen outside. And here's Porter. Ibaka outside. 5 on the clock. Here's Payton. The shot's good.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
There's the pass to Mbamute. Brown against Payton. Now, here's Weber. He's covered closely. Back to Brown. Lets it go with a three. It's rebounded by Noah. So Payton will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. 6-point game. Out to the right wing. Noah, the pass to Allen. He dishes it to Ibaka. Inside. Allen kicks to Payton. A three. And no good in the last second attempt this time. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Miami ahead. They lead by 6. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what stands out to you guys from the Heat in this one?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
The Heat leading by 6. Allen out there with Payton. Then there's Noah. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Ibaka in at the 4 slot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Here's Brown. That shot off the mark. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Payton kicks to Allen. Opening night, Brent, always exciting. Technically, every team is undefeated with a lot of hope.
We're just fired up. I mean,
I am fired.
The NBA never stops, Kevin. We know this.
Isn't it great going so far?
The offseason is just absolutely ridiculously exciting. So much movement and both the franchises that have struggled for a long time, and here we go. Hope springs eternal. It's opening night.
Richmond, who's checked in for Mbamute. Weber, the pass to Davis. Over in the corner, Brown. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's speed. Brown's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. You gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. They've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
The great assessment, good report. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at last year's leading shot blockers. You don't want one of these guys in front of you when you're coming down the lane. Number 1, Miles Turner.
It happens so often. I'd say to myself, there's no way he can get to that shot, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and it go down to another block. 2 shots.
May balirat.
And the first one goes.
Noah's making an impact right now on both ends of the floor. Good defender and a great passer.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Sampson's checked in. Anthony comes in for Michael Porter. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Allen. Jason Kidd is subbed in for Gary Payton. Oh, as the Nuggets, their last game lost to the Mavericks in Dallas. Arenas passes to Richmond. To the wing right side. Here's Weber. It's blocked.
And Sampson literally takes away a part of the floor when he's out there. Don't even try to get shots off in this area. Well, that's what's going to happen. And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Rice kicks it over to Arenas. Richmond outside. Pocket 6. Noah with the block.
Well, the long reach of Noah and the good timing, that helps get that block thrown.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. To the middle. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
Yun lang. Niretry ka ba?
First one falls for Isaac's checked in for Miami.
Nice truncheon. Nice truncheon yun, man. Sakto.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And working getting themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Oh, nagkano yung bird? Nag-yellow. Patay pa naman yung Aldos eh. Sige, push nyo lang dyan. Patay yung Aldos.
And it's Arenas with the jam.
Look at the handle. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that? Now, here's Batum. No points in the game yet for him. Outside Anthony. Here's Sampson. He's covered by Richmond. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. It's tipped, and Miami has possession. The Heat leading by 4. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Passes it to Eaton. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Joakim Noah. When it comes to hustle, effort, who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important? And sometimes, with the win or loss in the balance.
And I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player,
Push tayo. Ando sila sa tara, push tayo dito.
Go and get that ball. He just never stops. He never stops. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to, so he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverly, who we've talked about as being nuisances on the court, but those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff, and when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize it. You're exactly right. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And here are the Nuggets now. They trail by 6.
Nice one.
Arenas against Kidd.
Tapos na.
He lobs up the alley pass. Here's Rice, covered by Anthony.
Nice one.
Rice, no good.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play such a high level offensively.
Here's Noah. Rebound by the Heat. Eaton's got 5 rebounds tonight. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Heat. On Friday, the New York Knicks coming to town, tipping off a homestand for them. And then on Saturday, They'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls. The Nuggets trail by 6. Anthony right side. Inside. Outside for Batum. Six on the shot clock. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Here's Jordan. And another miss by Denver.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just was basically whiffs on it.
You love to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper. Was unable to do so.
A three-pointer is right on target. Anthony's got himself going with the triple. His first basket of the game. Heat leading by 3. Arenas with it. 6 points for him.
3 stars. Ayaw na ata ni Owen. 1 game lang ata.
Richmond outside. Pass to Rice.
Hindi na.
Shoots the 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in.
Melo using all of his length to stretch that one out there. Good job contesting that shot.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Heat lead by 3. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Jones. Miami did not hesitate to set the pace. An exceptional game plan helped them open with a 12-4 run. They ended up... And...
Game na ba? Ayaw na daw ni Owen. Ayaw na ni Owen. Pinagalitan na daw siya.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in the game. It's been fairly even so far. Look at Gilbert Arenas. What a contribution.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
This is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Heat leading by 3. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Heat, Gilbert Arenas is out there with Richmond. Then there's Jonathan Isaac, and it's Rice in at the 3 slot. Here are the Heat. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Richmond against the 2. Ball's knocked loose. Richmond dishes to Arenas. And it's Arenas with the jam.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
In that jersey, especially when the slam is coming from the first goal.
Oh, yeah. His teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
Isaac with the steal. Dishes it to Richmond. Shoots over Batum. Richmond with the bucket. And it's a 7-point Heat lead.
I love watching Isaac find the open teammate. Has great floor awareness out there. And just knows when one of his guys has a clean look.
Here's Simpson. Hits to Anthony. And it's sent back by Isaac. And they're able to recover. Denver shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Ikaw, Matt, ano ba ron?
And he knocks down the first one. Especially in the playoffs, Brent, so much can change when a player gets in a foul trouble. You see the league ever modifying that foul out rule?
I know that they do that in the Summer League where you can stay on the court for 10 fouls as elimination, but it's a technical every time. I don't see the league doing that. I think it's good for the game so that star players or meaningful players, ones that play specifically on defense, they have to have responsibility for what it is that they're doing on the court. And if they're overly aggressive, you should be penalized for playing.
Just a physical 4 is Richmond. Also, he has has the explosiveness to go with the physicality. That's a good recipe for drawing foul.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Serge Ibaka is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Porter subbed in for Carmelo Anthony.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And taken away by Arenas. Over a minute and a half into the fourth quarter of action. And it's slammed in by Turner.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And historically, you almost never saw a great shot blocker who could also knock down triples at a high clip. But count Miles Turner among the unicorns who provide that rare combination.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And Miami called for the foul.
Yeah, a former 5-star recruit. We know about the talent level for Porter, but he's also a mature, hard-working guy.
And the stretch center in demand for Miles Turner, Greg. How does he take that next step as a player?
Getting stronger. And continuing to improve his recognition and communication at both ends of the floor.
Now here's Arenas. 8 points for him. Here's Porter, and the shot goes down. Porter's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
Payton against Arenas. Outside for Richmond. 4 on the clock. Here's Weber. Doesn't go that time. Good work defensively by Ibaka. Payton right side. Uncovered. Misses off the right eye.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. The important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Now here's Payton following the shot by Mitch Richmond. Payton passes to Ibaka. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. And now just a 4-point Miami lead. And the Heat call time here.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
It's hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
With the break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points. The Nuggets number 1.
Yeah, that was a huge factor for them a season ago. Their ability to attack the offensive glass and then convert those into second chance buckets. I mean, no one did it better.
Here's Brown on the money from 12 feet away. Brown's got 5 points so far.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller.
Ano bang ginagamit dito na jungle light?
He's a taller defender out
Di
there.
ba dito jungle light?
Ha?
Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touch by Brown. Joe Noah is checked in for the Nuggets. Kidd comes in for Gary Payton.
Sa likod niya, may masya. Nangagaw ng red, ha? Nangagaw ng red.
1:27 left in the third. And Kidd, here we go. And that one is good. Now here's Brown. He's got 5. Outside, Davis. Kidd against Brown. Pass to Eaton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
Miami shoot their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Pwede bang i-surrender to?
First free throw is good. Anthony's checked in for Porter. Heat also with the sub. Isaac's checked in.
Kahit magkakampi tayo, hindi naman natin siya kakampi eh. Wala, gumalaw na.
No good on the second free. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Nuggets. It's a 5-point game. Good against Brown. To the paint. Anthony down low. Over Davis. Anthony can't hit. The Heat have gone 4-7 to get things started here in the second half. And Weber throws it down.
How about Weber there rising up for the alley-oop? Great at recognizing there. He's got the room to hammer that one home.
7-second difference. Shot and game clock. It's stolen. Brown. Good. And now a 9-point Heat lead.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Here's Kidd. And it's set back by Isaac. Now Weber. From deep. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Miami Heat in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're playing up cruising inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Gagi. Gagi, bin. Gagawin natin. Wala akong aces eh. Natay pa ako.
Mike Malone moments ago with some orders for his coach.
Raising a shot. No hesitation. We're back. The time to come every that our defense does. Make the play against our set D, all right? We just got to take care of it and defend without fouling, okay?
He's commanding his squad to be smarter on defense.
Gotta find a way to just stop the momentum. And I think it's going to start with strong defense.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Anthony out there with Noah. Then there's Batum. Then it's Jordan. And it's Kidd in at the point guard. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Here's Isaac. And it's Denver with the rebound. Knocked loose. Batum against Brown. Outside, Batum for three. Kidd. It's good from long range.
And that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing. You did some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Davis. It's a teardrop, and it's blocked by Jordan. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul. Shoot two.
And the first one at the line is good.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Sanson's checked in. Richmond, who's checked in for Miami. Arenas comes in for Brown. Both good from the line that time. And so here's Denver, trailing here by 8. Outside Jordan. Slides again. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
And having Eaton protecting the rim, that's about the same as building a brick wall around the basket. Just nothing gets over him. What an intimidator down low.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Olden.
Hey guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. He said, if we're going to pull this out, we have to do it as a team. We have to rely on one another, trust one another, and help one another. Let's go get this. Kevin, back to you.
Flanagan with another miss.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Now here's Arenas. Richmond for three. It's good, and Arenas with the assist. Arenas has got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Arenas against Kidd. Jordan trying to free himself up. Kidd, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of reach. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Anthony. That's Richmond picking up that last basket. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Gilbert Arenas. That is his first foul of the game. And Miami making a change here. Rice has checked in.
Ay, gagi na untog.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Miami leading by 13. And the layup falls.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Now here's Jordan. Looking to end the run, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
Not easy to cover DeAndre Jordan when he's that deep inside, nearly impossible to stop.
Wait lang ah. Corner sana lang sila.
That free throw, no good.
Well, the adventure begins when DeAndre gets to the line, but I think he's wanting to work hard on this free throw, so it's not a substitution in the last 2 minutes of a game. He wants to get confident stepping up and knocking them down.
He hits the second from the line. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Richmond the pass to Eaton. Richmond against the two. Richmond kicks it over to Arenas. Just 5 on the clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. The three, Richmond. Good, and Arenas with the assist. Arenas has got 6 assists in the game.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Now here's Anthony. Shoots over Isaac. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Heat.
One area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it's part of their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with 1 left to play, exacting a little advantage and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
Now here's Batum. Gilbert Arenas missing his last shot. Lets it go from deep. They get it again, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
DeAndre Jordan dominates this game on both ends around the glass.
Batum against Richmond.
Outside
Arenas. A second chance effort. Eaton misses. There's 25 seconds left in the game. Here's Batum. That one, no good. Richmond with the defensive effort.
Babasag na, uy, babasag.
Arenas kicks to Richmond. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Phil, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing team.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
Ayun yung vacuum men, next kayo dyan. Nice. Ito. Okay. Okay, tatlo kami rito. Talbog lang to. Pare ko po. Hindi lang base. GG.
I see my power, feel like I'm 50. I'm a devourer, that is a Fendi. I got them sour, say you a They want me sick and they want me to fall. Feel like I'm picking, I'm standing and tall. I'm on a mission and finish them all. Special edition, I got them a call. Those friends, I be chilling them now. Don't be hitting my phone. Dirty fakes, I can see the clone. Don't need them, did it all on my own. Work hard, had to get in my zone. Get in my zone, get in my zone. 50 weeks, ain't taking a zone. Close up, had to get in my zone. No friends, I be chilling them down. Don't be hitting my phone. Dirty fakes, I can see the clone. Don't need them, did it all on my own. Work hard, had to get in my zone. Get in my zone, get in my zone. 50 weeks, ain't taking a zone. Close up, had to get in my zone. None of you next to me, this is my specialty. I'm gonna build it especially. I gotta do it excessively. No one to handle me unless we talking to better me. Taking it, no, they ain't letting me. You know my energy, but you can gather a assembly. Trying to compare like a simile. I got the lobster sound. Don't mean a symphony. Remember they tried to belittle me. Now I got bills like I'm Hillary. Don't really care if you feeling me. I know that you ain't as good as me. Changing the game and you open your eyes. Know how to do it. This ain't a surprise. Look through the hate and you telling me lies. Still I've been winning like taking the prize. No friends, I be feeling alone. Don't be hitting my phone. Don't be fake, I can see
get in my zone. No friends, I be chilling alone. Don't be hitting my phone. Just be fake, I can see the tone. Don't need them, did it all on my own. Work hard, had to get in my zone. Get in my zone, get in my zone. If we get they taking a zone. Blowed up, had to get in my zone.
Every eye and crossed every T. David, thank you. And the starting group for the Spurs. And Embiid is out there with D-Bucks. Then it's Trey Young. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Kirilenko in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Pistons, Abdul-Jabbar is out there with Dang. And there's Klay Thompson. And it's Camby. And it's Paul in at the point guard. Now here's Paul. 6 to shoot, and Abdul-Jabbar gets it to go. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question, I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
To the inside, Kim, that's in, coming off the assist from Johnson.
Once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Embiid. Back to Young. Fires from deep. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
The most lethal part of Young's game. His outside shot is often on the money.
Young with the steal. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
And we all know what can happen when he gets rolling. A hot start can turn into an explosive scoring night.
Now here's Paul. Over Young. They get the rebound. And Abdul-Jabbar gets it to go. Abdul-Jabbar's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, you see the toughness and the instincts of Jabbar. I mean, always a threat for these second chance opportunities.
High post, Embiid. That's to Kirilenko. That's to Young. 5 to shoot. Launches a 3. And no good that time. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Victory eluded them last time in San Antonio when they took on the Spurs.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first game, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last game.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
And here's Wade after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. Ball left side. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result. And you know, guys, the Spurs team dinners, the stuff of legends, just building camaraderie and getting to know one another, and being orchestrated with care by head coach Greg Popovich. They enjoyed the finest restaurants and great food and drink, but the fellowship and camaraderie, probably the most important part of those dinner gatherings.
And the Spurs making a change here. Jones has checked in, wasted no time on that one. Paul's got his second bucket of the night.
Paul is solid and sound in his mechanics. I mean, he gets squared up before he shoots. Really good balance and excellent follow through.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. But the act of getting good, sitting down to a meeting, it's a team that brings people together.
It really does, guys. And I can't overstate it. When you get a chance to know your teammates off the court, it adds to your ability to play for them on the court. It can't always be just about grind. There has to be some compassion, some caring, some understanding. And sometimes the best places to do that are at restaurants with good food and good drink.
And here's Jones following the three from Chris Paul. And threw it over, could not get off the shot. And for a second violation. For the break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebound. Third is Joel Embiid.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, this rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Poked loose. Abdul-Jabbar kicks to Thompson. Now the pass to Paul. Uses the glass to finish the way. Paul's got 7.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Again, the miss by the Spurs.
The defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with him.
And Thompson kicks the ball. There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Thompson for 3. San Antonio with the rebound. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Now here's Paul. He has 7, and he's good on the 3 ball.
Right there, focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now Wade. Tries it from 19. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. Wade's got his second best. And so is Detroit with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more in store for you right after this. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making it.
I don't know the English, I'll be stubborn.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And so far, through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. thanks to that, they've got a lot of points off the turnover.
Draymond Green is out there with Griffin. Then there's Bledsoe. Then there's Kyle Cook. And it's Bowen in at the small forward. That's the group for Detroit right now. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's had it range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1 3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. But the results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Trae Young, he's checked in for San Antonio. And Draymond Green picks up a foul. That's his first foul. And the Pistons making a change here. Here's Young. Got it. Good job in the low post. Young's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Spurs. Detroit's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Bledsoe against Young. Griffin passes to Court. Kicks it to Bledsoe. Shot clock at 6. On deep three-point range, and Joel Embiid pulls it down. Here's Allen, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Good read from Tatum that time. Saw the defense had overcommitted and then made them pay with the sweet dive. Well done.
Outside Griffin. Shoots from 12. No good off the back of the rim.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he challenged the shot, and you can see the effects on the release of that shot. I mean, it turned a simple jumper into a tough one.
He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement for playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against Dallas. Takes it off the glass. And the Pistons lead by 11.
And just the sheer power of Griffin, one of the best finishers in the league after contact.
Here's Allen. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3. Like a lot of coaches like to run their offense through center. Any names you can think of who you'd be comfortable running your offense through at that position?
Well, just because I've watched him and loved this game since locking into him, Jokic. Man, can he pass? He can shoot it. He can score it inside. He's got such excellent hands and touch. He's at the top of the list. Marcus Cousins, big guy that can shoot it and pass it as well. And Marcus Alt is also in this game.
You'd feel comfortable with any of those guys holding the ball, distributing the ball, wouldn't you?
No doubt.
For the Pistons, Abdul-Jabbar is checked in for Griffin. Thompson comes in for Kyle Porter. And Paul subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. The Spurs also changing it up. Divac is checked in for Joel Embiid. Karolinko comes in for Bull. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Allen.
Well, I like the shoot-first mentality of Tatum, guys. Staying aggressive and keeping constant pressure on the defender.
And Thompson kicks the ball. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Wade. 1:15 left to play here in the half. Good D by Thompson.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Can be good.
And the instincts from the veteran point guard. Chris Paul has tremendous feel for the game and for how to get his teammates the ball when they're open.
Tatum, Divac's trying to free himself up. Well, shot missing. And it's Paul with the ball for the Pistons. On the wing game, Wade is covering. On the left block, Abdul-Jabbar can't get it to go. Wade against Dang. Wade misses.
The defense ready to form on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Thompson outside. Takes a three. They get it back. Abdul-Jabbar with the bucket. Abdul-Jabbar's got the lead up to 13 now for the Pistons. And so it's been a great Pistons. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson, Detroit finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They have a 13-point lead. And Shaq, what are your thoughts? And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
On the court for San Antonio. T-Wade out there with Trae Young. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then it's T-Bass. And it's Kirilenko in at the small forward. They chipped it by Campbell.
They have been Jordan dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, throwing rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels. And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Kirilenko the pass to Young. Wade outside. Down low. Here's Embiid. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Embiid's got his first 2 points.
And, you know, guys, Wade is a terrific teammate, always willing to give up the ball and share the sugar, if you will, especially when his teammate is wide open.
Offensive rebound, Abdul-Jabbar. The D by Embiid.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
Young in the corner. And Luol Deng gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Jones checked in for San Antonio. On defense, the Pistons, 11-point game. And Luol Deng gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. We've had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of seasons now. Do you think everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed it myself as I've watched games. It was certainly a far cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want to see visibly, but not overdone.
Eric Bledsoe checked in for Detroit. San Antonio also making some changes. Bol, he's checked in for T-Bass. And Tony Allen subbed in for Andre Kirilenko. Here's Jones. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Then kicks to Abdul-Jabbar. And it's blocked.
That massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Block at 4. And for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. James got 5 now.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Now here's Wade. Back to Jones. Rebound, Detroit.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And that It's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. The Pistons haven't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
He sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. Young's shot is off. Detroit leading by 16. Ball outside. Abdul-Jabbar in the post, defended by Young. Count that one.
All-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Now here's Wade. He dishes it to Embiid, passes it to Young. Off the run, and the rejection by Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Paul. No good with the lane.
And the activity
defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Karolinko the pass to Embiid. He kicks to Young. From the arc. Again, Young missing.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. .24 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Thompson kicks to Paul.
You know, after connecting on one three-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
Pass to Karolinko. Back to Wade. From deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Detroit with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll take it. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this team to become competitive. Ball out there with Thompson. Then there's Draymond Green. Then it's Kareem, and it's Bowen in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Just 5 to shoot. Ball for 3. And Divac pulls it down. Divac has got 5 rebounds tonight. Looking to get back on track here. Green with the block.
Green takes great pride in his defense now. He loves the 9 shots at the rim and playing bigger than his 6'8" frame would lead you to believe.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
No good from Wade. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Detroit Pistons. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Mark, you and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball, excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your move. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a three-point shooter's hands, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offensive glass.
That's a great example of the three-point shot, though, Clark. I love that. It's terrific. Young pass to Wade. Pass to Embiid. Spurs working the ball around now. Wade outside. Lets the three fly. Here's D-Box. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And it goes on Draymond Green.
You know, D-Box is a really unique big man, Kevin. Not only a good scorer, but an incredible passer for a guy his size.
The Pistons making a change here. Deng's checked in. Ball looking around. A floater. And he makes good on the way.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
The Spurs have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Knocks it loose. Number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Excellent burst that time from Paul to convert on the drive. Moves so well with the rock in his hand. Always under control.
Young against Paul. From outside the arc, Young's shot is off.
It was rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Ball against Young. Paul dishes to Thompson. Shoots over D-Box. Again, the Pistons score.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing, but also.
And you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
On its way from Young for 2, and hits one. Maybe he's ready to get back on track.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pistons.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work.
Sure did. I mean, this means they'll come out on top in the season series, 2-1 now. Got to be happy about that.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Chris Paul.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
And that one's good. Perfect.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The pass to Bull. Just 4 to shoot. Over Simmons. And the shot is good.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Jones against Simmons. Kicks it to Thompson. Passes to Griffin. On deep. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
And so it's the Pistons taking care.